Future One Piece deaths. Yes, I had to put the emphasis on the deaths part of the title. One Piece is a series that has very, very few deaths. And there's been a big complaint. A lot of people are complaining about this. Why is there no more deaths in One Piece? This person should have died. This person should have died. I've seen it multiple times. I know a big one is Pell in Alabasta. Personally, I feel like Pell not dying is actually pretty sick, yo. Because you know Pell not dying. He's a Zoandelfer user. Awakening. Yeah, I've been on that Awakening Pell hype for a long time. But yeah, it was a pretty big nuke. And Pell did tank that. But I feel like we gotta understand that there's many reasons why One Piece has very few deaths, and I think the reasons are very valid. Like, you understand, once you understand the reasons, yo, it's pretty epic. Now, we gotta understand, the series of One Piece started off, yes, this might have been a flashback, but it started off with Gold D. Roger and his execution, and that is technically a One Piece death. So, the very beginning of the series, you witnessed a One Piece death, so you better respect that. No, honestly, Gold D. Roger's death was a very great death. I feel like it was so impactful to the beginning of the story, to the end of the story. Every time you watch the anime, you see that opening of Goldie Roger and his, like, you want the One Piece, go and find it, yo. And his death has been, I think, was one of the greatest deaths in One Piece story. But you gotta understand, some people think that he's still alive. Me personally, I don't think Goldie Roger is alive, because I feel like that death is impactful and it has to stay impactful. Now, actually experiencing the One Piece story early on, you actually witness a lot of deaths. Like, they're not really big deaths, but there's actually some deaths. Like, you see Lucky Roo killing a fodder person with his gun, which is very epic. I was like, whoa, okay, this is how it starts. Lucky Roo putting shots up. Shanks like, you have a gun, yo, you gotta shoot it, yo. You can't just have a gun to point it at somebody. And, yo, Shanks on that savage tip too, yo. That showed the greatness of the red hair pirates. We also see that the bandit that was, I think his bounty was 8 million. I'm not too sure what his number was, 8 million. He got eaten by the sea king that took Shanks' arm. So that was a funny death, and it was a very epic death. But, okay, it wasn't epic, it was just funny. But, and we also see, I don't know if this is in the anime or in the manga only, but Buggy actually killed one of his own crew members, and that was a very crazy moment, yo. It showed the epicness of Buggy at that time. Later on, we know Buggy is a comedic character, but yo, Buggy does have a body under him, yo. Now, we can't ignore the biggest death in the One Piece story. It's obvious. Portgas D. Ace's death. I know I messed up there, but we weren't taking it, yo. We ain't going back. But Portgas D. Ace's death, biggest death in One Piece. The shock of it all. Now, personally, me, I was not spoiled on this death. A lot of people get spoiled on this death. I don't know why. Me, personally, I was not spoiled on Ace's death. I went there clean, and that's why it was such an impactful death for me. I thought they were going to survive. I thought Ace and Luffy were going to make it out of there. The whole arc was revolving around Ace, and out of nowhere, they actually break free. Luffy gets him out of there with the help of Mr. 3, and boom, he dies. He just dies. Akainu kills him, and I was so shocked. The title in the next episode, Portgas D. Ace's death, Fire Fist's Ace's death. I'm like, okay, is this actually happening? I couldn't believe it. I was so shocked. So, the biggest death in the One Piece story, I think this is the biggest death in the One Piece story. Now, that Ace was the biggest death in the One Piece story for me, but the most epic death had to be Whitebeard. Yeah, he knew his time was coming. He was sick. He was old. He went into Marineford knowing that it was his last time fighting. And, yo, it was pretty sick seeing him take all those wounds. The end of it all, that speech, One Piece, Jutsu dies. Yo, One Piece does exist. He gave everybody that hope. He kind of started the craziness after that. Kind of remind me of Goldie Roger when he told everybody to go look for the One Piece. Whitebeard kind of started a new era with his death, and you have to love it, yo. The amount of wounds he took, all the swords, gun bullets, crazy stuff, and he had no scars on his back. He never ran away from a fight. Whitebeard was a legend, and you gotta respect that. I know some people don't like to respect some characters. You gotta respect Whitebeard's death. That is one of the most impactful deaths, not just at One Piece, in anime in general. Now, since I'm going to talk about some deaths post time skip, there is a little bit of confusion on two characters, if they died or not. The first character I'm going to say is Monet. There's a big confusion if Monet died or if she didn't die. Now, personally, I feel like Monet died because I seen that Caesar took the weapon and he put her in Monet's heart. Monet's last words to Doflamingo is, hopefully you become Pirate King. It had such a sad and symbolic death. I thought it was amazing how Oda did it. So I feel like that death, some people say she's gonna join the Straw Hat Pirates and come back. Who knows? Some people said there's some her snow bunnies were on the ocean seafloor. Like, there's been a lot of people who pointed out evidence that she's alive. Me personally, I think she's dead. But if she's alive, I'm not gonna go crazy. But I personally feel like she's dead. And another character is Virgo. Now, Virgo, this is a little different. I think Virgo might actually be alive. I'm not too sure about this. I might be reaching on this, but Virgo was cut into pieces by Law, and then he was left there, and a big explosion happened. Yeah, we know. But Virgo has I'm not too sure if he can use his armor haki while he's cut into pieces, because we saw him use it when he got cut in half, and then he still went to attack Law, and then Law cut him to more pieces. So if he could, I think maybe he had a chance to tank it. I'm not too sure, because the explosion was supposed to take out Luffy and Law and everybody out there. So I'm not too sure if Virgo could tank it. But if he was alive, the guy was hyped up for his armor haki, I wouldn't be surprised. But somebody would have to help him out, put him back to pieces, yo, because Law did him dirty, yo. Law did him dirty. Now, a character which a lot of people say that he is actually dead. The thing is, this is what I'm talking about One Piece anime. One Piece anime is a very great experience. You get to see the OSTs, the voice actors, but you don't get cover stories. And cover stories are very important in the One Piece series. That's why I love reading the manga. You never miss out on anything. And Bon Clay is a character in which people have been saying he's dead. He's actually alive. Bon Clay is alive. You guys did not know. There's a cover story around Fishman Island arc where they show Bon Clay in the where Ivankov used to be, 5.5 of Impel Down. He's a new leader. So Bon Clay did survive the aftermath of one of the most saddest moments when he sacrifices himself for the rest of the Impel Down escapees. Yo, like Luffy was crying, yo, Mr. 3 was crying. It was crazy. Everybody was crying, yo. Such a sad moment. Now, don't quote me on this, but I know there was an Ichiro Oda interview, Ichiro Oda, the guy who made One Piece, where he said that the reason why he doesn't like killing off characters because Luffy breaking their spirits is like killing them. So once Luffy breaks their dreams, that's like killing them. They have no use. It's even worse than killing. That's what he said. So I know there was a situation with there. Also, I know that recently Ichiro Oda's grandmother, rest in peace, passed away, and she had a whole problem of Oda killing off characters in One Piece. She did not enjoy that. So maybe Oda did to respect that for his grandmother. But all in all, deaths in One Piece is a very controversial topic. Now, a future death. Yes, this whole video is about future deaths. I went too crazy on the past death and other situations there, but the future deaths I want to talk about first is Jozu. Yes, and people are thinking Jozu. What's so important about Jozu? I personally feel like Jozu is going to be a very important death if it happens in the future of the series. Now, some people said he already died during the time skip. I'm not too sure about that, but if he did die, there can be very great stuff with that, because we know Jozu had the diamond Delta fruit. We know in Marineford, Mihawk went to cut Jozu and he couldn't do it because of the diamond. It was greatness. And we know that Daz Bones at the end of his fight with Mr. Zoro, he said that what are you going to cut next? Diamond? He kind of foreshadowed Zoro cutting Diamond. So if Zoro has to cut Diamond, a character in which he should be able to fight, let's say that Jozu's Delta fruit gets stolen by Shiryu of the Rain. We know Blackbeard Pirates have been stealing Delta fruits. Blackbeard Pirates took out the Marco and his crew, so it's crazy stuff there. Shiryu the Rain might have the Diamond Delta fruit, and that could be a future epic battle. Diamond, Shiryu the Rain versus Zoro. Jozu's death could be a very important aspect into the entire One Piece story. And then we have Trafalgar Law, and this is a big one. I know there's recently these fake One Piece spoilers that came out saying Law was going to die in the Kaido War. I don't believe it. Those are huge fake spoilers. But if Law does do the immortal surgery, because I feel like, why bring up the immortal surgery not to happen? We know Doflamingo brought it up about how Law should do that on Doflamingo, make him immortal. I feel like Law will do the immortal surgery, and I personally feel like he will do it, but it won't kill him. I feel like it'll be a situation where it's going to be a tease, where like, oh, it's going to kill him, it has to kill him, everything like that, and then boom, he survives the immortal surgery some way, somehow. Maybe he's Chopper involved with it, I'm not too sure, but I don't feel like they're going to bring it up for it not to be used, and I don't think Law's going to die. Some people say Law's going to die. I feel like Law's going to be there to the end of the story in situations with Luffy and many other big moments. Now, Kaido the Yonko, we know this guy is kind of a suicidal maniac, so his death in the One Piece story is not going to be as sad as other deaths, but it will be a very important death if it happens. Now, personally, I do not think that Monkey D. Luffy will be the guy to kill Kaido. I feel like his death will happen by some other means. I think after Luffy defeats Kaido, he's still going to be alive. He's just going to be lying on the ground, and maybe Blackbeard comes there and steals his Delta fruit. That would hype up Blackbeard to the fullest and give an impactful, kind of a sad if he gets a flashback Kaido, and happy moment for Kaido because he actually dies. But Blackbeard, it will be building up that character. Final villain, Luffy versus Blackbeard, will be an epic fight. If Blackbeard randomly pulls out Kaido's Delta fruit and Luffy's in complete shock, that would be epic. But Kaido, yes, I do think that Kaido will die in the One Piece story. Usopp, yeah, there's a huge thing revolving around Usopp dying. Now, personally, I love Usopp as a character. Water 7 and his lobby had me heartbroken. Yo, I do not want to see my boy Usopp die again. But people say that Usopp, whatever he says, sometimes happens. We've seen this many occasions, and personally, if what Usopp said, I'm gonna become a gonna die a brave warrior of the sea. If he does die right after he completes his goal of being a brave warrior of the sea, that some people said that has some weight to it. But personally, I don't think that's gonna happen, because I feel like once he becomes a brave warrior of the sea, every human or every person who is unless you're Kaido, every person should be able to die after their goal, because death is something that every human shall taste. It's a fact, yo. Understand this, yo. You gotta, death is something that every human shall taste. So Usopp dying after he becomes a brave warrior of the sea, this is a fact, yo. Just because, like, Luffy's gonna die after he becomes Pirate King, Zoro's gonna die after he becomes world's greatest swordsman. Now, when he dies is the big question mark. I do not think it'll be right after he becomes a brave warrior of the sea, but I could be wrong. I feel like my man Usopp will survive, yo. I love Usopp as a character, yo. I feel like he will survive. Big Mom. Now, this is a very controversial one. Not really controversial, but a very different one for me, because I really do not know if she's gonna die or not. Now, I feel like Impel Down would be kind of crazy if they had Big Mom in there after she's defeated by somebody. And I feel like last time we saw a big character like Big Mom be in Impel Down was, I think it was Shiki. And we know Shiki broke out of there in like a couple of years. So Big Mom, if she's in Impel Down, she might be breaking out of there. So I don't feel like she has to be I feel like they might give her the death sentence if she brings the Impel Down. Who knows, because she's so powerful. But I mean, she might be killed, dude. I made a video on my manga channel. Check it out. But pretty much the video was a theory of me saying that Eustace Kid will kill Big Mom. People said I was stupid, but yo, check it out on my manga channel if you guys want to see it. It was like a 7-minute video. Check it out if you guys are really interested. That's why I see Big Mom dying. Now, this is one that always gets me dislikes, and I know I made a video about this. People are angry at me. Shanks. I see Shanks dying. People are like, yo, Mac, you're crazy. Shanks ain't dying. I just don't see a story element of Shanks surviving. Now, I know he's gonna have a future battle with Blackbeard, and I don't see Shanks beating Blackbeard. It will kind of make Blackbeard less of a final villain. So I feel like Blackbeard has to defeat Shanks. Now, will it be a clean defeat? I'm not too sure. He probably might do a cheat way. Who knows? But I feel like that's another reason why Shanks might die. Also, I want to say this: the Straw Hat. He told Luffy to return the Straw Hat to him once he's a great pirate. It will be such a sad moment if Shanks dies before Luffy returns the Straw Hat. It would make Luffy so angry. The person who killed Shanks, Luffy would be enraged. If it was Blackbeard, yo, Luffy would be pissed, and it'll be hyping up that final battle for Blackbeard even more, because the Pirate King title's on the line. So much stuff will be on the line, so much story element. I would love it. Now, the biggest reason why I see Shanks is dying is because we know Eustace Kid and his alliance with Basil Hawkins, Apu, and Killer, they all said they were going after Shanks. People laughed about it, but recently that has kind of been broken after what Kaido and the Eustace Kid situation. But I feel like the reason why Oda did that he didn't do that for no reason. I feel like the reason why he did that was because Basil Hawkins sometimes sees the percentage of people dying, and he might have saw the percentage of Shanks dying, and that's why they went after him. Who knows? But I feel like Shanks surviving is not going to happen. I could be wrong, but that's just me saying that. I used to be 55-40, 51-49, but now I'm like a 80-20 that Shanks is going to die, and Shanks is the top 5 favorite character for me. Blackbeard. Yes, I talked about Shanks, but I'm not going to leave Blackbeard out of this too. I personally feel like Blackbeard will die versus Luffy. Now, I don't think Luffy will be the person to actually kill Blackbeard, but I made a video of this a long time ago. I will say this right now. I feel like Blackbeard probably will survive Luffy defeating him, but the way he's going to die is going to be very funny, yo. Blackbeard, we know he's a guy who's Delph Fruit hungry. He's the Yami Yami no Mi. He's the Gur no Mi. He might even have Kaido's Delph Fruit in the future. Who knows? Or he might even have a Delph Fruit from the beginning. 3 Delph Fruits would be crazy. But I want to tell you guys this. Blackbeard pirates have been hunting for Delph Fruits, and the fact that they're hunting for Delph Fruits, I feel like a very poetic way of Blackbeard dying, Marshall D. Teach, if he drowned. Yes, if he drowned, it would be very funny, but very poetic, because we know the whole situation of drowning. We have never seen someone drown and die when it comes to Delph Fruit abilities, yet Oda always says that a Delph Fruit user's weakness is water, the sea spits him back out. So Blackbeard dying by drowning would be crazy. Nico Robin. Now, a lot of people say that once Nico Robin finds the true history, she's going to be a #1 target. The Gorosei are going to be pissed, and they're going to put a hit on Nico Robin, and she will lose her life. And this is going to be really fast, but I'm going to say right now, no. Nico Robin, for me, ain't dying. Akainu. Now, I just made a whole video on Akainu, so I kind of feel like this will be repetitive if I say anything more about Akainu, but I just feel like he's not going to be in Impel Down after he loses his Marine position of Fleet Admiral. I just feel like he's going to die. Now, I don't think Luffy's going to kill him, but something's going to happen in which something's going to kill him, and I can't see Akainu surviving. He's going to have an epic flashback, but I just can't see him surviving. Where is he going to be held in? Impel Down? No. Akainu, I see him dying. He might be in Impel Down. No. I see Akainu dying. I made a whole video on this. I'm not going to be repetitive. Let's move on to the next and final one. Monkey D. Luffy. Yes, the man who's going to become Pirate King. A lot of people have been debating on this. It's 41-59 when it comes to the One Piece fan base. Now, personally, we all know that every single one of these characters are gonna die because every human shall taste death. But when we're talking about situations in the story where huge deaths happen, Monkey D. Luffy, I personally feel like he's gonna be the exact opposite of Goldie Roger. Goldie Roger got a disease and he died. I feel like Luffy might get some sort of disease or some sort of lifespan situation where he's gonna die and he's gonna survive. And I feel like Chopper will be the person who saves him. It's gonna be crazy, it's gonna be epic, but I see Monkey D. Luffy surviving and changing the world after he finds the One Piece. He's gonna inherit Roger's will, so I do not think that Monkey D. Luffy will die and be impactful in the story. I see him surviving. He might even give his straw hat to Shank's son, who knows, but I see Luffy surviving. Luffy's my favorite character, and I'm not being biased here, but I just don't see him dying the same way as the past Pirate King. Now tell me your thoughts in the comment section. Who do you see as future One Piece character deaths? I might have left out someone that you say that's obvious. Put it in the comment section. I know I kind of hiccuped there, but yeah, put it in the comment section. I want to see you guys' opinion. I love reading you guys' comments. Sorry for not uploading yesterday. Had a situation with my laptop, but yes, we are back. Like and share if you enjoyed. Like and share only if you enjoyed. And subscribe for more One Piece content. I'm the Legend Mac, and I'm gone.